this round, as long as they play their cards right, they could survive this. And they don't even have any SMGs, it's rifles all around. These FAMASs can be quite good indeed. A little bit of aggression from coldzera. He will take a bit of damage here. He's going to be falling on back. No speed of 50s and Deagles can still do a little bit of extra damage onto Faze. So they want to play this one a little bit passively. And Bimas, the first test for the young lad of Faze. Switches over to burst fire, spray fire rather. Actually gets 2 kills, but quickly does take him down. And they have retrieved the FAMAS, but Nico and coldzera not really allowing Godsent to get much done with the solitary FAMAS they picked up. And that's going to be round number 3 of Faze. Just to 1 casualty in 2 rounds. That's a great start for them.
It's a superb start for Faze, as we saw Bimas getting into the action as well, getting the first 2 kills of his Faze career. It's going to be super interesting to follow this young dude's journey within Faze Clan. He's joining one of the, dare I say, biggest squads out there, playing with the likes of coldzera, Nico, and Rain, legends of the game. It's going to be a big task for him now. We get to see him play out in the first buy round. Farley, the new addition to Godsent as well, picking up that AWP. Of course, he's going in and he's taking over the role for Michael Lillet, who was the team's AWP player coming into this one. So it'll be interesting to see how he's going to start off with Stuku. Finds a nice kill on Rain right here. He's been playing well as of lately. Rain, not off to a great start, but question is if that matters too much. Nonetheless, Godsent starts off good here. Seems like Stuku has a good idea that could be a player behind this smoke. coldzera. Question is who's going to find who first. They're waiting for each other. coldzera finds the kill. He's still waiting out the smoke duel. We've seen it so many times, and he equals it out. 4 versus 4 now as Godsent take on yard control.
I love how coldzera just repositioned himself, not holding the corner angle, but kind of sticking in the middle the second the smoke dissipated, and kind of throwing Sticko's aim askew. And this is Godsent pushing up towards Hell. Bimas. I do believe that's how he pronounces his name. That's HLTV confirmed for as far as I'm aware. And he's going to be waiting here patiently. Now he's going to be spotting out Madden, and he's going to snap straight onto him. Now he's completely unaware there's a player who's made his way towards Heavens, but the man advantage definitely established for Faze for the time being. Now Bomb with Crystal, and he needs to bide his time. He can't just push on in. And he's waiting patiently, and Bimas is going to be walking on up. Frolic finds Nico. That's massive. Suddenly things have turned around, and now Crystal's going to be dropping into his upper bomb side, but it's going to be coldzera. It's going to find the frag. Bomb on the site, and look at what Broky's doing on the ladder. But Frolic's going to get the kill, and there's going to be Godsent getting the first round on board.
Yeah, and there was a round that was going back and forth. I like the re-aggression coming in from coldzera, and then we get to see Farley getting his first frag for Godsent as well. That shot right there to finish up the round versus Brokey. That was interesting, and quite an interesting round as well. Brokey, he was sitting inside that vent with an AWP for the majority of the round. I'm not too sure that's the smart place to be, so maybe already now we're seeing a tendency of Faze Clan not really sure how to incorporate this new player into the lineup. At least Brokey didn't look like a guy who was feeling comfortable. Nico, though, is off to a great start this time around. Doesn't win the duel. Crystal finds him, and that leaves Godsent in a great position. Now, I like Faze being aggressive here in the beginning, but they haven't been too lucky with it. Rain went down in the first buy round. 9 Nico, and they're playing a man behind pretty much all the rounds right now. Godsent don't really want to do too much here. Falling back, taking out the tempo of the match, and that's exactly what you want to do. You find the first frag, and then you regroup and make a new plane, which we can see right here.
What I find interesting is Bimas having to deal just with the Desert Eagle, right? You have every one of his teammates with the rifles, no one really opting to drop him anything. And that's an interesting thought process right there from Faze Clan early on. He's going to be playing towards the Hell area, just trying to spot someone out, gathering some information. Rain has been comparatively a little quiet. He hasn't got a single kill since that initial pistol round where he got the final frag. Now, he's going to be a sole player towards Advanced area. They have no information. There's no one towards secret. There's no one towards the lower bomb. So they've gambled a lot in the fact that it's going to be a ramp play or a lobby hit. And that's going to allow Crystal to walk on up to the lower bomb side and clear it out. Pretty much all by his lonesome. And now he's going to be calling for the rest of his team as reinforcements to arrive. And he's making a lot of noise, and that's fine. There's no rotations taking place. They're actually expecting a rotation, Pimp, but they haven't budged yet half Faze. They're going to find a player on the bomb side as Bimas, but there are 2 players already in waiting. One in heaven, and one inside of the hut.
Yeah, well done by Godsent, well done by Maiden, finding the first frag towards Bimas right there. Probably made it around, swing the way of Godsent before it even transpired. Brokey see if he can save the AWP towards CT spawn. Quite interesting. Crow round right here. Crystal trying to fake the lower bomb side, as you were talking about. Not a rotation being made by FaZe Clan, but it did look like BMS was not really aware that it could be an inside hit. So I think we're already now seeing small tendencies of FaZe Clan maybe not feeling too comfortable with the new boy on the team. And as we saw with Astralis when they played Nuke for the very first time without Glaive, well, it makes sense, especially on that CT side. You need so much synergy. You need so much like good communication and good understanding for each other that even when you just remove a single player from that occasion, it gets tough to play at your top level. So I think this is a situation where we need to see Rain, we need to see Cold Zero, and we need to see Nico step it up. We can't have those guys dying in the beginning of the rounds as we just saw happen right here. Great response from Godsent, 3-2 now, and now it's FaZe Clan with no money in the bank.
Yeah, and I think that's something that you did hit right on the head of the nail there. You can't really put too much pressure on Bimas, right? He is the new player coming in. This is a map also, mind you, which is why I'm not going to be reading too much into this one for FaZe Clan, where, like you said, protocols need to be in order, and when, especially, it's not even a map pick, right? And I doubt they've really have any drills, so to speak, with Bimas yet. Right now, it's them just telling him where to go, what to do, and just filling his role. You can't really blame him for, not really being that effective yet. And right now, it's pretty much an eco round, but I say that, and it's gonna be Brokey finding one. Nico with a USB chiming in with a frag of his own as well, and is looking for more. Suddenly, it's a man advantage of FaZe, and Nico continuing to aggress is looking for more, and this time it could work out wonderfully for him. He's gonna spot one out. Nico ready and waiting, and Nico, Nico flips around, 180 shot. Nico falls, and that's equilibrium established for the time being.
That would have been the kill for Nico right there. Now, Godsent gets to plant the bomb. Cold Zero moving in with an M4 in hand, though. Not quite aware there's a player below him. Gets the kill, though. Now, however, 2 versus 2. Sen in a good position, though, sitting in the vents, making it super tough for Brokey. Or is he finding a kill towards Styko? Now, there's only one player left, and that has to be Sen, clutching out this 1 versus 2. The good thing for him is the bomb has been planted. Not quite for his angle, though. No kit on the FaZe Clan players, I'm pretty sure, so they will have to stick the bomb. They'll have to go for the bomb defuse relatively soon. They have no idea where Sen is playing from, and there we go. He has a kit. Doesn't find the bomb quick enough, though, and Sen gets the kill, and that's it. Round over, but a great attempt here from FaZe Clan as we see them duel it out. Cold Zero gets away with the kill and probably also survive. So despite FaZe Clan not investing a lot into this round, they got a lot out of it, putting on a lot of pressure towards Godsent and almost winning the round. Unfortunate for Brokey, didn't get on that bomb quickly enough, and then, of course, Sen find a good angle up from window, took him down, and then Cold Zero couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's a pretty substantial economic damage being dealt out onto that side of Godsent, but they're not going to be too worried about it. They still have a little bit of buffer, at least for Madden and for Zen. And of course, T-side of any map, even though your money might be slim, you can always eke something out. And we do see a Foster play coming. He's going to be walking on dry, and Nico, he's going to take that any day of the week. What are they thinking? As Nico's going to find himself 2 free frags, and now Crystal not even able to get the trade. Tico does find Bimas in the meantime towards the ramp area. And the youngster has been struggling a little bit so far. Still early days, though, and there's not much to read from that. Look at Nico re-aggressing, and he's going to find a 3rd kill for himself. Oh, he runs out of bullets, but he has enough time to switch over to his USB. And it's going to be all on Styko now as Brokey chimes in with a frag of his own, and Styko left alone in a 1v4 with the bomb dropped out in the open.
Yeah, it's going to be a super tough one for him. Nico almost getting punished for not reloading his M4. Good thing for him is that had a mate to help him out. Brokey also saved his ass afterwards. And now, as you said, Styko in a 1 versus 4 has a lot of time to play with, but the bomb is outside on yard, and I think he's well aware that there's nothing he can do in this position. So his primary goal now will be to save this AK-47, bring it into the next round, and by then, FaZe Clan once again will take the lead in this one. A great round, and again, great to see Nico being so aggressive, getting away with 3 kills total in this round, off to a super, super good start. If I'm not mistaken, he's sitting at 9 kills at the moment. So good to see him stepping up. And as for Godsent, not a bad start at all, right? I think they're putting on a lot of pressure towards FaZe Clan, and they can't be quite happy with 3 rounds so far.
Oh yeah, 100%, and now it's going to be the 4th round in the next few seconds, right? So and this is exactly what we needed to see. We needed to see the likes of a Cole, Nico, Rain, and even Brokey. At this point in time, he's no longer the newbie on the team, right? He's pretty much been around for quite a while. You need everyone else to step up here and make Bimas feel comfortable. And considering it is Godsent's map pick, this is a pretty good start here. That was a huge run for Nico, albeit I'm a little surprised that Godsent went for that. They went for the fast plays towards outer. They knew it was going to be a buy round. They knew that there's probably an op in the hands of Brokey. So Tim, break this bit down for me. This is confusing.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing, but Nico got away with the USP, right? And I feel Godsent, they let a big opportunity slip out of their hands now. As you can see, right side corner of your screen, there's not a lot of money to work with for Godsent. Farley has an AWP in hand, but Crystal and Maiden, let's just sit back with just the Deagle. We have seen Maiden, though, be super well playing with the Deagle so far, so he's definitely dangerous now. Question is, can he find the opening? Can he find the impact you want to see from the, I would say, the star prospect of Godsent? Starting out slow here. Maybe that's part of the game plan as well, to put on some pressure on Bimas. He's new to the team, doesn't have a lot of experience, so try to bully him a little bit here in the beginning. That's probably not a bad idea.
Indeed, it's not, as they know. Here's the thing, right? They're going to be targeting Ram quite a bit. They know where there's a new boy playing. They know he's very new when it comes to this level of Counter-Strike. And I wouldn't be surprised. We still have a lot of rounds remaining to be played. 8, in fact, on this T side for Godsent. And I wouldn't be surprised if they keep trying to bully Bimas towards the ramp area. And I'm 100% sure the Faze are going to be aware of that. That means they're going to be sending another player there, leaving the upper bomb site very vulnerable. As coldzera is going to find one, he needs to find more, but they're going to go for the double kill. But coldzera, brilliant start from him. He's going to find 4, and Brokey jumps in with a frag of his own as well. Brilliant hold from Cold there, especially the spray transfer onto the player in HUD. Yeah. Pure filth from Cold.
Do us a favor, production. Let's see that one more time. That was absolutely stunning by coldzera. And I wanted to say a little bit bad play from Godsent as well. The first guy who ran out, there was no refrag coming in for coldzera in the beginning. We get to see him right here. Look at that. He's jumping in by himself. That's Crystal. Leading by example, sure thing. But where's the rest of the team? Gave coldzera too much time to regroup, too much time to re-aim. And I guess, you know, there's a reason why he was considered not only one of the best players, but the best player in the world at a certain time. coldzera still got it, and there was an amazing 4K right there. And another big opportunity missed by Godsent. Now they have to fully save, not investing anything into this round. And maybe that's the round where Bimas gets some confidence now. They're going towards ramp, has an M4 in hand, and against no armored players, this should be relatively easy for him. Let's see, spots the first guy, and again, falls back, plays it smart, puts some Molotov behind him, and not taking any chances. I like that from the young new prospect in FaZe Clan. Loki finds the first one, finds the second one as well. Got coldzera and Nico to help him, and that should be an easy round. There we go. Not a single kill on the side of Godsent, and once again, FaZe Clan goes through it without losing a member, and you can see the money is slowly but surely starting to build up. All because of coldzera with that amazing 4K.
And this is really good from FaZe. They have 33 kills in total between Cold, Nico, and Brook. It's 13, 11, and 9, and that is them doing the brunt of the heavy lifting. Reina's had a quiet game so far, but it's still very early in the series here, and that's exactly what they need to do. They have the firepower. They have some of the best players who've ever graced the game of Counter-Strike Global Offensive on that lineup, and that's what they need to do here. But Nico gets completely mowed on a drive-by by Crystal through the smoke. And it's going to do the smart thing and fall on back. And that's a huge kill, considering Crystal's the only player with the SMG. coldzera, lucky to stay alive there, to try to go in for the push, try to go in for the trade, but that silo saving him. Right now, though, I mean, just got to point it out, Tim. This is very interesting from FaZe. They're looking very solid indeed, considering they lost the first couple of rounds. But Zen finding Rain, and that's going to neutralize the man advantage they had, and they're going to be going for a fast pace with low bomb side.
Yeah, I don't know what Rain was doing in that duel right there. There was no need for him to fight. Bimas now has to take a duel towards lower, and he can't quite connect the spray, or can he? Finds the kill on Stuko, gets away. That's good for him now. Has to wait for the backup. coldzera finds the kill towards 10, and now we got a 3 versus 1. coldzera has to come in as a backup. Crystal find the first one towards ramp. Now bomb is down, faking the door open. That could be a big problem right here. That is well played by Crystal. Now can he find the kills? That is Alpha. Omega doesn't find the kill. Nope. coldzera gets him, and he's off to such a strong start. Look at that. For a 16 to 3, 132 ADR into the game so far, and a 7 to 3 lead for FaZe Clan. Despite it being Godsent's map pick, I think they can be super happy about this start. Bimas, yeah, maybe not having the strongest start as an individual, but he's playing smart. He's trying to do the good thing for the team. And so far, when you have coldzera in this form, then what are you going to do if you're Godsent?
Yeah, I think Bimas is doing his role perfectly. Yeah, he's not really lighting the scoreboard on fire, but his job is not to be the hole, not to be the weakest link on the team right now. He's not really making too many mistakes. I like how he's not overextending. Now, let's be real here. He's a new player coming in. You want him to have those, you know, the spray downs, get a 4K, maybe an eco bash coming in, maybe pull off, you know, against 5 Glocks, get an ace and get his blood pumping, get a confidence going. But right now, he's not going for any of those things. He's being given the responsibility of holding ramp, gathering information, information. And I like the way he's doing it here. He falls back, he doesn't take unnecessary fights. And like you mentioned, Pimp, when you have coldzera and Nico, coldzera especially popping off like this, Bimas just has to do what is being told, and they could potentially just win this map, which is Godsent's map pick.
Yeah, let's see how that pans out. We did see a timeout come in here from Godsent, and I think that's a great timing to settle down, maybe discuss what is the approach going to be from, they say, the Swedish-owned organization of Godsent. It's a multi-international squad with players from all over the world, but pretty sure the organization itself has its roots in Sweden. Now, Crystal taking yard control once again. Rain, really been looking good so far in this game, but as you said, and as you alert to, as long as you have coldzera playing up to that level, then you don't need Rain, you don't need Brokey for that matter in order to step it up. When you have coldzera dropping 16 frags in just 10 rounds, then that should be enough for a team like Faze Clan. Farley still peeking. Nico finds a kill towards Maiden, and that's an interesting duel as well. Nico gets away with a smoke as well. Goes for another duel as Rain comes out and finds 2 kills towards Yard. I just said it, you hadn't really done much in this game so far, but finding 2 kills right here, and that's just completely dismantling Godsent play. This is looking way too easy for Faze Clan.
That's like very easy. I think Rain heard you there, and he's like, all right, I'm going to show what I'm going to do here, and just completely destroys them. I love the re-aggression from them. This moment Nico gets the kill, they know, Faze knows that the T's are going to be, kind of tunnel vision onto Nico playing in that secret area, that secret entrance, and the Rain just pops out 2 quick kills, Brokey champs in another, and Rain finishing it off with a 3K. This is a little scary for Godsent, and that's a terrifying thing about his Faze lineup. Yeah, they might have a stand-in coming in, but I have to keep, reiterating the fact that you look at the players this team has and how dominant any one of them can be. Cole pops off, he can take over the game. Nico pops off, he can take over an entire series as well. So this is Godsent feeling a little bit perturbed at the moment, if you ask me, as Nico wants for another kill for him, and they're just getting mowed down. Zen does at least get the trade, and now Sticko with the deagle pushing in. He's all alone though, and needs to find his kill, but he is caught in a very, very rough spot indeed.
Not much Sticko can do about this. Brokey gets another kill to his name, up to 11. Also a fine start by the young player. We saw in the timeout an interesting statistic being brought up by the production that he's currently joined in the lead for most clutches against top 30 teams the last 6 months. And the player he's sharing that role with is Frozen. So 2 of the youngsters out there, 2 of the new players, 2 of the potential stars of tomorrow are also the big clutchers as of recently. That's very interesting to me that it's not some of the older players that at least has the experience, but I guess the new blood got the confidence, and that's sometimes enough to win the 1vx situations. Now, 9-3 for Faze, and I think we're nearing in at a point where Godsent, they have to find a round or 2 more in order to believe that they can make this comeback, right?
That's a lot of smokes. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Going to map number 2, I don't think they're going to be necessarily feeling super confident if this map pick of theirs is going to fall apart. We still have to see the CD side, but this is something which we both of us touched upon earlier as well. CD side nuke, especially when you have a stand-in playing in or you're a new lineup, that's when it gets harder. Those rotations, the comms, the protocols you have to follow, those are what's really harder. T-side's actually comparatively a little bit better. So they want to get more than three rounds here. They are setting up for this upper hit pimp. But can they finally find success? I think that's a question on everyone's minds at the moment.
Rain is indeed in a good position to deal with it, though. Question is, will he be affected by the flashes now? Walks in, takes the duel right here. Can't really find Sticko, and question is, he's gonna close the door. He is. Finds Sticko through the wall. That's perfectly played by Rain. Finds another one towards Maiden, and now it's all of a sudden a 3 versus 2. Brokey coming in from heaven as well, with the backup, with the AWP in hand. Farley, we haven't seen much of him in this game so far. He'll have to step it up right here, right now. Goes for a shot towards the door. Sten finds a kill, and that's a nice shot by Farley. All of a sudden, turning around the round. And now we have to see the new boy on the block. A Bimas in a 1 versus 2. 20 seconds left. Farley is still sitting on side. Question is he going to check just below him? And the other player is playing the bomb lower, so this could be a strong one right here. Finds the first kill now. Has to figure out that the bomb is not planted on this upper bomb side. He does realize it, but time is of the essence now. He has to be fast player.
He has to be very fast.
Oh,
okay! Welcome to Faze, Clan Bimas. Welcome to Faze.
What a wonderful way to start your career with Faze Clan, and I have to question Sten's decision-making. He's well aware that he already bought himself 10-15 seconds off the bomb timer just by the fact that Bimas wasn't aware the bomb was planted on the lower bomb side. Why on earth are you taking that duel? It is nicely done by Bimas, a fantastic clutch coming from the new player, but you have to question Sen's decision making right here. Another big opportunity missed by Godsent. They cannot keep doing this, otherwise I am afraid FaZe Clan will run all over them.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. He had all the time in the world, like you very aptly pointed out. The bomb got planted, and Bimus took quite a while, because for the longest time, he thought it was planted towards an upper bomb site, right? And he didn't have to take this fight. He could have just played the bomb. He could have just gone around, just played towards ramp, played towards control room. Bimus would have needed a lot of time to clear all those angles, and even with a kit, it would have been very, very close indeed. Madden, that's nice. Okay, all right, that's unreasonable now.
Okay, he's getting started up, and we did sort of taunt him as being the star player of Godsent. I think that's the player with the most potential to be a star of tomorrow. We have seen how good he can be. Not off to a good start in this game, but maybe this will turn it around for him. At least it's a very nice double kill on towards Brokey and Wayne, and that leaves only 3 FaZe players alive. Question is if they can do anything about this. They have to re-aggress somewhere, or at least hope that coldzera potentially can get another 4K. Sitting in a good position here, but not sure where Godsent is going to go just yet. Smoke goes down towards the door, and coldzera, well, basically left all for himself in this inner bomb site.
Yeah, this is going to be hard. Even for someone like Cole, who's been having a baller of a game so far, this might be a little bit too much to ask of him. Now, Crystal might not be able to get the flank on, because you do have a one player. Oh, the timing, though. He's actually going to get the flank in here, and it's going to be quite troublesome indeed. Nico, however, catches Crystal, making his way through Mini, and that's going to give a little bit of an opportunity for coldzera to make something happen, but he's completely blinded, and he's going to fall to Madden, but Bimus finding Fallig, and he's going to fall, leaving it all to Nico. In a 1v3, he's going to find one, but the trade comes in. Madden with a massive 4K. The first 2 kills especially, that was just unreasonable. That was ridiculous from him. But if that's what's going to take Godsent to win the rounds, so be it.
Yeah, and you can argue it's a little bit lucky, right? It's obviously a nice spray transfer right here from Maiden, or a nice spray there. Say it gets off with an additional 2 kills. Another one through the smoke. So 3 kills through the smoke for Maiden in this round. Maybe that's exactly what Godsent needed. A 4th round on the board, making it 10-4 now. See how the last round of the first half is going to play out. Nico has have a strong start to this game. 131 ADR, and he's been super aggressive towards Yard. Once again, taking the secret position, hoping for someone to walk into his crosshair. And as we've seen so far, Crystal has been super aggressive towards Yard as well. I really like the approach by FaZe Clan. They're letting some of the star players really shine in this new setup there. Say it, at least they're taking the responsibility upon them, and so far they've been delivering. coldzera and Nico, definitely 2 of the best players here in the first half.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I think that's what we all expected, or we expected the stars to shine. And oh, this little angle from Nico. He can spot the feed out the moment they peek on out. They're not peeking though. Crystal just lying in wait. And Nico, he's had enough of waiting around. The smoke's going to dissipate, but he's still being a thorn in the secret area. And this has been a problem. There hasn't really been an entry much. And look at Nico, just the aggression, just going for the fights. And Nade's going to be jumped in. Oh, that's going to hurt. And it's going to be Brokey. He's going to chime in with 1. And Nico looking for more. He's not going to fall back. He's going to hold W. And in the flames, he's going to find another kill. Nico is an absolute madman. And when he's going to get going like that, Pimp, I fear for whatever team he's going to be facing off against.
Look at the confidence from Nico right there. Absolutely stunning by him. Leaves only Maiden left. Last round, he got 4 kills. He'll have to do it one more time if Godsent needs another round. 25 seconds left. Bomb in hand, though. I think that's the only thing he got going for him right now, but this seems almost impossible. Can he find a kill towards Brokey? He cannot. Face a closeout the first half, 11-4. A very strong start for FaZe Clan. We'll be with you right after the break.
Before too long, please the lyrics in our songs. We'll
11 rounds on the CT side, and now we'll have to wait and see if Godsent can do anything about it. Only scoring 4 rounds on the T side, they'll have to get at least the same amount if they want to draw this into overtime or potentially even win the map. The pistol round coming up, Blur. What do we need to see from Godsent?
Everything. It's a CT side now. On Nuke, it's a map pick. We need everyone to step up. Sticker has been very quiet. And look at the pace being set by Coldzera. Frolic just stopping his tracks with Bimas. The battle of the two new additions of the teams, and Bimas is going to win that duel. He spots a player out right there, and he's going to be pushing on ahead. It's going to be the entry onto this fight, and it's going to be Rain. In fact, it's going to find a kill on his end. Sticker replying back 2 quick kills, making it a 2v3 in favor of his team, and the bomb's dropped as well. This is not looking good for Faze.
Surely it's not. Nico, Brokey, the 2 only players left alive for Faze Clan. As you said, the bomb is down, so it's tough. Stuka, though, in a bit of a rough position here with a USP. Question is, can he get more away from this round? Can't really quite connect the shot on towards neither Brokey or Nico for that matter. Now it's a 2 versus 2 as Brokey finds another kill. Stuka, though, still caught on this ramp. Plenty of bullets left. Only 11 in the barrel. We'll have to wait and see as Nico is trying to drag out the pace of this round, going for the flank. Now, bomb is still down. Oh, look at the timing. Brokey, I think he just about saw him, and I don't think Stuka has any idea. Look at that. He does it, finds the kill. 15th frag for him now. And it's a 1 versus 2 for Crystal. Bomb is still down, but the German will have to step it up now.
Yeah, he's waiting patient. Now he's aware. He knows that there's one player towards Ram, and he's aware that Nico might be on the flank. Nico. And I like this. I like the distraction play from Brokey. Breaks the window, and it's going to force Crystal, but he's got such a good read on this. He hears him coming out, and that's brilliantly played by Brokey. Not just about the first frag, but the way he played distraction for Nico to come in and assassinate the final player. And Faze, that looked like that round was out of their hands, but somehow they bring it back.
Yeah, that's gonna sting a little bit for Godsent right here. I don't think you can necessarily blame Stuka for making a mistake right here. The timing is simply not with him. He was proactive. He was trying to go aggressive towards ramp, trying to get information about what Faze Clan were doing, and unfortunately for him, the timing didn't work out. So enough with the bot Stuka in the Twitch chat. I could imagine it's already going on. That was just simply unlucky as Faze Clan is powering their way through the ramp. They are playing this T side with a very high pace so far. Rain with a Bison. We don't see that in professional gameplay too often. Maiden making the rotation. Crystal finding a kill with the Deagle. And look at that. Faze Clan, what are you doing? Completely falling apart from you. Sticker with a frag. Maiden with a frag. Nico entering back with a single of himself. And we're now in a 2 versus 3. Definitely an opportunity for Godsent right here.
Yeah, that was a 2v5, and Nico and Brokey doing a good job, but I agree with you. That was a little too overeager, if you ask me, from Faze, and not necessary. They should have been expecting the pistols and armor, and now, again, it's going to come down to Nico and Brokey. And Nico, the AK-47 Automat Kalashnikov, and then 5.7 at that range is going to be deadly indeed. He gets digged down, but he survives, and it's all on Brokey now. 1v3. He's going to smoke off the door. He's got so many angles to clear out, and he has no information where the other 2 players are. He's going to try and stick the bomb here, hoping for someone to peek on out. No one's peeking in. Everyone's playing this together, and this is smart from Godsent. Door's going to be opened up. The 2 players ready and waiting. He's going to try and time this out. Finds 1, finds 2 shots. They've been waiting for so far.
Yeah, I don't know what that round was from Faze Clan, though. I like the idea about putting up the pace. I like the idea of going together towards ramp. But when you got to the lower bomb side, everything fell apart. Didn't use your smokes. Didn't use your utility to give you cover. And that fell apart quickly for them. Nico, fast towards Secret. Not able to catch anyone through the smoke just yet. He's still trying. A lot of damage has been dealt towards Brokey and Bimas. Nico with the Deagle finds a kill towards Maiden, and that may be the opening Faze Clan need. This game is all over the place right now. The pace is incredible high. Stuka finding 1, finding 2, can't find the 3rd one. Does a lot of damage though. Now the bomb goes down. 3 versus 3.
Frolic being very patient. He doesn't take the shots through the smoke. That's gonna lure Bimas into a false sense of security. 2v3. Pimp, and Coldzera is alive with the Deagle of his. That's always a scary proposition. The smoked off the bomb, though, that's got to make things a little bit easier as they do stick it. And I do believe that it's Crystal with a kit, but Brokey, blinder or not, he still gets the kill. Zen's looking desperate to get the trade, and he does get it, but he's so very low. Now it's all on Cold, 1v2, and they're so low, he finds one looking for the 2nd kill, but he won't. And Frolic, the newbie on the Godsent side, he clutches it out, but my lord, that was too close for comfort.
What a hectic game of Counter-Strike we have on our hands right now. I'm sure all of you guys out there watching right now having a hard time to follow what's going on as well. At least I personally am excited about the tempo in the match, excited about the pace both of these teams are playing with. Faze Clan trying to break Godsent back straight away. Almost successful with it. Brokey with that kill through the smoke as you so fine mentioned. Now another fast-paced round. Brokey can't get through the Molotov, and it takes a lot of damage. Now goes out, gets killed by Maiden, and what looked like an inside rush is all of a sudden not working for FaZe Clan at all. They're trying to pick up the pace. They're trying to buy one more time, and maybe this is where they push the limits a little bit too hard. They have no money should they lose this round. They have no HP on Rain, no HP on Bimas. Cold Zero with 72 HP and a Deagle. I find it very hard to believe that FaZe Clan can win this round, and that is a way back into the game for Godsent, putting on a 7 on the board and forcing FaZe Clan into an anti-eco. They have to finish the job now, but this game is all of a sudden super, super open.
Yeah, 100%. And also the utility that Bimas and Rain have, that kind of makes you wonder what FaZe had in mind. They probably could have been looking for an execute towards upper, but all we saw was just like a dry rush coming out and getting completely annihilated with the Molotov and the nades being dunked in by Godsent. So I feel like that was a strange round. We've seen a couple of strange rounds from FaZe so far on the T side, and despite having the initial lead, they don't want to get a little too over-eager here, Pim. They still have the lead of 5 rounds, but as you all know, in a map like Nuke, that can easily dissipate into nothingness.
I want FaZe Clan to take a tactical timeout the next time they have a chance for it, just to regroup, to figure out what is the plan going to be for the next following buy rounds. It seems to me like they had a plan of playing super, super fast in the beginning, try to pressure Godsent on the pace in the game. That didn't work out. You know, it's okay to try, and sometimes it doesn't work, and that's fine, but then you gotta regroup, you gotta find another way to play the game, and that's probably one of the biggest problems with FaZe Clan at the moment. They are a little bit too one-dimensional. If their plan A doesn't work, they don't really have a plan B or plan C that works properly. So maybe Godsent is smelling some blood, at least on behalf of the Swedish-owned organization, the multi-international squads that are playing against each other. I would say that this game is all of a sudden more than just open. See a buy round coming in here, obviously from Godsent, nothing invested from FaZe Clan apart from a few pistols. It should be a relatively easy round for them to win, but we've seen it go the other way before. Farley, Bryce, and Orc, we don't see that in professional gameplay a lot anymore, Blur, but on a map like Nuke, I think it still has its place.
Oh yeah, I think there are a couple of maps, a couple of positions on different maps where the AUG still has its place. One place being the train, the outer yard, and maybe like you mentioned, the playing towards hell or playing towards outer once more with the AUG. It's cheap compared to the AWP. It allows you to go for this close range duels. I do believe it's in a very good place right now, where it's not overpowered. It's got place to be in the game, but Cold Zero and Brokey 2v5, and look at the health on Crystal and Madden. A couple of bullets on their toes, and they're going to be done for. This is looking very risky, but Broke is now going to be left alone in a 1v3. But if he can find Crystal and Madden, this is very, very winnable indeed.
Sure is, Brokey. He will have to find a kill at the very least to open up the round. 13 seconds left. Ain't going his way. And there we have it. 12-8 now. And as I said, I would love a tactical timeout coming in from FaZe Clan now, just to make sure everyone is on board. What's going to happen? We're going to drag out the pace or not. Doesn't seem like they want to go for it. So let's assume FaZe Clan still have a relatively decent idea about how to break this Godsent defense. Gotta give credit to Godsent as well. They're fighting back, doing a good job right now, and they're putting on a lot of pressure towards the FaZe Clan. None of the individuals we talked about have really stepped it up. Maiden sitting at 13 frags as the top fragger for Godsent. That's not too impressive. Farley as well. We haven't really seen him with the AWP so far in this game. This will be the first time he has a chance on the CT side to do the dirty stuff against FaZe Clan. A slow pace round. They're taking lobby control, and let's see what the plan is going to be for FaZe Clan.
The problem right now for Godsent is, even though they managed to mount this mini comeback at the moment, it's 12-8, and FaZe still need only 4 rounds to take this win, right? And the previous round, for example, they lost 2 players. They've been bleeding, they've been hemorrhaging players left and right, and that means the money's still not looking very solid at the moment, Pim. You can look at Frolic and Sticko. They're the only 2 players with some cash to speak of, and if FaZe manages to string a couple of rounds together, they can completely destroy the economy for the Swedish org. That means they can pretty much close this game out very comfortably. So they're going to be very wary of this. Sticko pushing up. He should get a free frag. Takes a bit of time, though, and that's going to allow Bimas to go for the immediate trade. Frolic and Madden, they reply back immediately, however, and it's going to leave Nico and BMAS in a 2v4. And that's not going to be easy at all. Bomb with them for now, but time ticking.